340 Chinese ballistic missiles launch simultaneously. 89 American bases marked for destruction. 4,200 sailors aboard USS Ronald Reagan have 8 minutes to respond. What was deterrence balance for decades just shattered in 90 seconds when someone crossed the line that cannot be uncrossed. September 4th, 3:12 a.m., Beijing time. Multiple missile bases across mainland China. DF-21D carrier killer missiles, DF-26 intermediate range weapons, DF-17 hypersonic glide vehicles, 340 missiles total, emerging from mobile launchers and silos. Not exercise, not test. War, target data loaded weeks ago, American bases, carrier strike groups, command facilities. This is China's strategic opening. Cripple American forces before they respond. Establish dominance. Force negotiation from position of strength, or so planners believed. The crisis built over 96 hours. Chinese forces blockaded Taiwan, declared 200-mile exclusion zone. American carrier attempted freedom of navigation transit. Chinese destroyer fired warning shot 200 meters from USS Wayne E. Meyer. American ship didn't leave. Chinese missile frigate fired second warning, hit water 50 meters away. That was the line. Meyer didn't cross, but reported hostile fire. Washington responded with ultimatum: end blockade or face consequences. Beijing calculated American ultimatum was bluff, calculated wrong. American early warning satellites detected launches at 3:13 a.m. DSP infrared sensors tracked every missile. Trajectories calculated instantly. Targets identified: USS Ronald Reagan Carrier Group, Kadena Air Base, Okinawa, Andersen Air Force Base, Guam, Misawa Air Base, Japan, Osan Air Base, South Korea, Camp Humphreys, Yokosuka Naval Base. Impact time, 8 to 12 minutes depending on distance. Warning transmitted immediately. Every base, every ship, battle stations. This is not drill. What's your assessment? Type A for limited strike, Type B for total war beginning, Type C for no way back. At 3:14 a.m., USS Ronald Reagan activates defense. Aegis system coordinates with escort destroyers and cruisers. SM-3 interceptors prepare to engage ballistic missiles in space. SM-6 missiles ready for terminal phase. CRAM point defense armed. 67 DF-21D missiles targeting Reagan Group specifically. Computer calculates optimal defense. Fire 134 interceptors, 2 per threat. Hope for 80% kill rate. Mathematics brutal. Even with 80% success, 13 missiles get through. Enough to mission kill carrier. At 3:15 a.m., American bases respond. THAAD batteries activate on Guam. Patriot systems in Japan and Korea. They have 7 minutes until impact. 273 Chinese missiles targeting land bases. American defenses, 189 interceptor missiles ready. Cannot stop everything. Must prioritize. Protect critical assets, aircraft, command centers, fuel storage. Except some bases will be hit. Some Americans will die. No choice now. If you want to understand how nuclear-armed powers cross red lines, hit that subscribe button now. First intercepts at 3:17 a.m. SM-3 missiles from Aegis destroyers engage DF-21Ds targeting Reagan Group. Mid-course interception. 87 miles altitude. Kinetic kill. First missile destroyed, then another, then 5 simultaneously. Defense working. But not perfectly. 4 interceptors malfunction. Don't acquire targets. 2 missiles destroyed by single interceptor. Efficiency varies. By 3:19 a.m., 42 Chinese missiles destroyed in space. 25 survive to terminal phase. Terminal phase defense at 3:20 a.m. SM-6 missiles engage diving warheads. Mach 10 targets. Difficult interception. American missiles achieve 14 kills. 11 Chinese warheads survive. CRAM last-ditch defense destroys 4 more. 7 DF-21D warheads impact Reagan Carrier Group at 3:21 a.m. USS Ronald Reagan takes 2 hits. forward flight deck, hangar bay, catastrophic damage. 167 sailors killed instantly, 340 wounded. Fires rage, nuclear reactors scrammed safely. But carrier combat ineffective. First American carrier mission killed since World War II. USS Lake Erie cruiser takes 1 hit. Sinks in 8 minutes, 89 crew dead. 67 wounded rescued. USS Milius destroyer takes 1 hit. Heavily damaged. 34 killed. 56 wounded. 3 more missiles miss. Detonate in water. Shrapnel damages USS Shiloh cruiser. 12 wounded. Kadena Air Base hit at 3:22 a.m. 47 DF-26 missiles targeted. THAAD destroys 23. Patriot batteries get 11 more. 13 impact. Runways cratered. Fuel storage explodes. 2 F-15 squadrons destroyed on ground. 34 aircraft. Control tower collapsed. 67 Air Force personnel killed. 123 wounded. Base non-operational. Subscribe to see how America retaliates to this aggression. Andersen Air Force Base, Guam at 3:23 a.m., 56 missiles targeted. THAAD achieves 28 intercepts, 28 hit base. 3 B-2 bombers destroyed. Runways damaged. Ammunition depot explodes. 89 personnel killed, 178 wounded. Strategic bomber capability severely degraded. By 3:25 a.m., Chinese first strike complete. 340 missiles launched. 203 intercepted, 137 impacted targets. American casualties, 560 military killed, 1,240 wounded, 1 carrier mission killed, 1 cruiser sunk, 1 destroyer heavily damaged, 8 bases damaged or destroyed. 67 aircraft destroyed on ground. Chinese achieve tactical surprise. Degrade American forward capability approximately 45%, but not eliminate. And now, America responds with fury. At 3:34 a.m., presidential authorization received. Execute war plan. Pacific Command unleashes prepared response. This is total war now, not limited strike, not measured response. Everything available. 4 Ohio-class cruise missile submarines, 16 Tomahawk missiles, 8 Virginia-class attack submarines, 96 more Tomahawks. Total, 712 cruise missiles targeting Chinese mainland, plus B-2 bombers, B-1 Lancers, carrier aircraft from 3 remaining functional carriers. This is overwhelming American response to Chinese first strike. First, Tomahawks launch at 3:47 a.m. Vertical launch cells erupt. 1 missile every 5 seconds. They climb to 500 feet. Level off. Terrain following flight. GPS guided. 1,000-pound warheads. Flight time, 52-89 minutes, depending on target distance. 712 missiles heading toward Chinese military infrastructure. Chinese air defense detects launches at 3:49 a.m. They see what's coming. S-400 batteries activate. HQ-9 systems prepare. But 712 missiles? No air defense handles that volume. Chinese shoot down 189 during flight. Excellent 27% interception rate. But 523 Tomahawks still inbound. Saturation attack mathematics overwhelm any defense. Give this video a like if you appreciate warfare reality without propaganda. First impacts at 4:39 a.m. Yulin Naval Base. 67 Tomahawk strike. Submarine pens collapse. 3 Type 094 ballistic missile submarines trapped, damaged. China's sea-based nuclear deterrent degraded. Dry docks destroyed. 2 Type 055 destroyers under construction heavily damaged. Years of work eliminated. Longtan Air Base. 56 strikes. Runways destroyed. 23 J-20 stealth fighters wrecked. Fuel storage burns. Command center obliterated. Eastern Theater Command loses critical air facility. Personnel casualties, 234 killed, 467 wounded. Beijing Military Command Center, underground facility, hardened. 34 Tomahawks target it. Successive strikes penetrate deeper. First missile creates crater. Second goes deeper. By 15th missile, warheads detonating inside command center. 340 senior officers killed. Regional coordination shattered. Chinese military loses strategic command capability. By 5:47 a.m., Tomahawk strikes complete. 523 impacts, 89 military facilities hit. Chinese casualties, 3,470 killed, 6,780 wounded, bases destroyed, command disrupted, nuclear submarine capability degraded. But Chinese military still functional, still retaliating, war escalating beyond anyone's control. At 6:23 a.m., Chinese Navy sorties, remaining operational vessels. 34 warships attempt engaging American forces. They launch YJ-18 anti-ship missiles. 178 missiles targeting USS Carl Vinson and USS Abraham Lincoln groups. These two carriers survived initial strike. Now Chinese targeting them, saturation attack attempting to finish what first strike started. American Aegis defense activates. SM-2 and SM-6 missiles engage. Electronic warfare jams Chinese targeting. Both carrier groups coordinate defense perfectly. They destroy 134 Chinese missiles. 44 survive. Impact at 6:35 a.m. USS Bunker Hill cruiser takes 3 hits. Sinks. 78 sailors killed, 134 wounded. USS Sterett destroyer takes 2 hits. Heavily damaged, 45 killed, 89 wounded. USS Abraham Lincoln takes 1 hit. Missile penetrates aft section. 56 sailors killed, 123 wounded. Carrier damaged but still operational. 2 carriers functional now. Reagan and Lincoln mission killed. This is Great Power Wars reality. Subscribe for comprehensive coverage. American response immediate. 96 F-18 Super Hornets launch from Carl Vinson and Theodore Roosevelt, armed with LRASM anti-ship missiles. 192 missiles toward Chinese fleet. AI-enabled targeting. Chinese ships activate defense. HQ-10 missiles. Type 1130 CIWS. They intercept 47 LRASMs. 145 hit targets. Chinese fleet catastrophically damaged. 8 Type 055 destroyers, 6 sunk, 2 damaged. 11 Type 052D destroyers, 9 sunk, 2 damaged. 15 frigates, 13 sunk, 2 damaged. Chinese Navy loses 28 major combatants. 4,560 sailors killed, 2,340 wounded. Surface fleet capability reduced 68% in single engagement. At 8 a.m., September 4th, 5 hours into war, both sides bleeding. China struck first, damaged American Pacific forces significantly, lost carrier capability, bases damaged, 560 killed, 1,040 wounded. America retaliated, destroyed Chinese bases, killed 3,470, wounded 6,080. Chinese counterattacked, sank more American ships, killed another 179, wounded 346. America destroyed Chinese fleet, killed 4,560 more. War's mathematics, showing both sides suffering but exchange ratio heavily favoring America. But this is just beginning. No diplomatic off-ramps visible. Beijing cannot admit attacking first and losing. Washington cannot accept Chinese first strike without total defeat of aggressor, both sides committed to continue. Escalation inevitable. Question becomes, how far before someone uses nuclear weapons? At 9:34 a.m., B-2 Spirit bombers strike mainland China. 8 aircraft, each carrying 80 GBU-31 JDAM bombs. 640 precision weapons. Targets, military-industrial facilities. Chengdu Aircraft Corporation, Jiangnan Shipyard, Wuchang Shipyard. These facilities produce fighters, destroyers, submarines. Destroying them cripples Chinese ability to replace losses. B-2s are invisible to radar. Chinese don't detect them until bombs fall. 640 JDAMs impact at 10:47 a.m. Chengdu facility destroyed. J-20 production line eliminated. Jiangnan Shipyard wrecked. 3 destroyers under construction heavily damaged. Wuchang submarine facility hit. 2 Type 039 submarines destroyed before launching. Chinese military production degraded 47%. Cannot replace current war losses. Industrial capacity insufficient for sustained great power war. Share this analysis with anyone trying to understand modern warfare between nuclear powers. At 11:00 a.m., Chinese leadership faces impossible choice. War going catastrophically wrong. Lost 28 warships, 89 bases damaged. 8,030 military killed. Industrial capacity hit. American forces degraded, but still overwhelming. Options: escalate to nuclear weapons. That guarantees mutual destruction. Continue conventional war, losing badly. Accept defeat. Politically impossible. No good options. Just varying degrees of disaster. At 12:34 p.m., China attempts diplomatic outreach. Switzerland mediates. Message to Washington: propose immediate ceasefire. Both sides withdraw. Return to status quo ante. American response at 1:47 p.m. China attacked first, killed 739 Americans, sank ships, destroyed bases. Cannot return to status quo. China must withdraw from Taiwan, accept international inspection, pay reparations, submit to war crimes investigation. Beijing rejects all terms. Fighting continues. At 2:00 p.m., American submarines hunt Chinese submarines. Underwater warfare invisible but lethal. Virginia-class boats track Type 039 diesel electrics. Mk-48 torpedoes fired. Chinese lose 6 submarines. 340 sailors dead. Americans lose 1 submarine. USS Connecticut. Chinese Type 093 got lucky shot. 134 American submariners dead. Underwater balance decisively favors America. Chinese submarine force reduced 41%. At 4:00 p.m., cyber warfare intensifies. Chinese hackers attack American infrastructure, some success disrupting logistics. American Cyber Command retaliates. Chinese power grid hit. 4 provinces lose electricity, 340 million people affected. War expanding beyond military targets. Civilians suffering both sides. Modern war respects no boundaries. Everything vulnerable. At 6 p.m., September 4th, 15 hours of war, strategic picture clear. China struck first, hoping quick victory or negotiated settlement from strength. Instead, triggered American total response. Lost 28 warships, 6 submarines, 89 bases damaged, 8,030 military dead. 9,120 wounded, industrial capacity hit, nuclear deterrent degraded, cannot sustain operations at this intensity. America suffered 739 military killed, 1,186 wounded, 2 carriers mission killed, 2 cruisers sunk, 2 destroyers damaged, 1 submarine lost, 8 bases damaged, 67 aircraft destroyed, but 3 carriers operational, submarine fleet dominant, air superiority maintained, industrial capacity untouched, can sustain operations indefinitely, military advantage overwhelming. Mathematical reality shows China cannot win conventional war against America. Lost 10-1 in personnel, 28-3 in major warships, 6-1 in submarines. Every metric favors America decisively. Initial surprise attack achieved tactical gains. Strategic situation worsened dramatically. First strike failed to achieve objectives. Retaliation devastated Chinese military. No return possible after crossing line. If you made it this far, you understand modern great power war. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. The human cost reveals war's true price. USS Ronald Reagan, damage control officer, fought fires for 11 hours. Saved carrier from sinking. Lost 28 crew doing it. Names he'll never forget. Medal inadequate compensation for memories. Chinese DF-21D battery commander fired missiles killing Reagan sailors. Followed orders, legal orders, military necessity. Still thinks about 167 sailors dead from his button press. Statistics say successful strike. Conscience asks different questions. Taiwanese civilian watches from Taipei. Chinese blockade attempted starving island. American intervention saved Taiwan. But at what cost? 739. American dead. 8,030 Chinese dead. War over Taiwan's status. She didn't ask for this. Nobody asked civilians. Powers decided. Civilians suffer consequences. Chinese factory worker lost job when Chengdu facility destroyed. Built J-20 fighters. American bombs took factory. Took livelihood. Government promises reconstruction. Today, unemployed. Family depends on income. War destroyed military targets, also destroyed civilian lives connected to those targets. Modern war makes everyone vulnerable. American submarine officer fired torpedo sinking Chinese Type 039. 56 sailors aboard. All died. He watched through sonar, heard breaking noises, knew what it meant, did his job, legal mission, still has nightmares, faces underwater, voices on Chinese emergency frequencies, begging for help that never came. Statistics say enemy submarine destroyed. His memory counts 56 names he never knew. The war over Taiwan crossed line that cannot be uncrossed. First strike, attempted decisive blow, failed, triggered total response. Both sides now committed to fight until one side breaks. No return to diplomacy possible after this much blood. Chinese pride prevents admitting defeat. American resolve demands accountability. Mathematics show Chinese losing. Reality shows both sides suffering. Question becomes not who wins, but how much destruction occurs before losing side accepts reality, and whether pride allows accepting reality before escalation reaches nuclear threshold. First strike made return impossible. War continues until someone breaks or everyone burns. Economic consequences cascade globally within hours. Asian stock markets suspended indefinitely. Tokyo down 34% before closing. Seoul down 41%. Singapore down 28%. Hong Kong closed by government order. Capital controls implemented preventing panic withdrawal. Chinese yuan collapses 23% against dollar. Beijing burns $89 billion. Foreign reserves stabilizing currency. Unsustainable intervention rate. Reserves deplete in 67 days at current burn. Global shipping paralyzed. Insurance companies refuse coverage for Pacific routes. Container ships refuse to sail. Supply chains collapse instantly. Electronics, automobiles, consumer goods, all dependent on Asian production and shipping. Shortages appear within weeks. Prices spike everywhere. Inflation accelerates globally. Central banks helpless. Cannot print ships, cannot create factories. War disrupts real economy. Money cannot solve physical supply problems. Semiconductor production offline both Taiwan and China. TSMC facilities undamaged, but operating impossible during blockade and war. Chinese fabs damaged by American strikes. Global chip production reduced 67%. Apple, Intel, AMD, Nvidia, Microsoft, all dependent on Asian chips. Production halts. New iPhones delayed indefinitely. Computer shortages immediate. Automobile production stops. Modern cars require 1,400 chips each. No chips means no cars. Economic impact spreads through interconnected global economy. Oil prices spiked to $260 per barrel. Tankers reroute avoiding war zone. Adds 12 days to Middle East to Asia routes. Insurance costs increase 340%. Shipping companies pass costs to consumers. Gas prices jump 1.47 per gallon in America, $2.34 in Europe, $3.12 in Japan. Economic pressure mounts on governments. Populations demand solutions. Leaders have none except continue fighting or accept defeat. International response divided predictably. Japan condemns Chinese aggression, activates military. South Korea mobilizes. Philippines allows American base use. Australia commits forces. Coalition forms. European Union calls for ceasefire, but provides no military support. Germany, dependent on Chinese trade, cannot choose sides. UK offers quiet diplomatic backing. NATO Article 5 not activated. Pacific conflict not Atlantic matter. Russia carefully neutral publicly. Privately pleased American resources diverted from Ukraine, but worried about precedent. Chinese invasion triggers American military response. What message for Russian territorial claims? Complicated calculations. India watches closely. Chinese military degraded benefits Indian security. War disrupting trade harms economy. New Delhi maintains neutrality. Positions as potential mediator. At 8:00 p.m., September 4th, 17 hours into war, both militaries assess sustainability. China lost 8,030 killed, 9,120 wounded, 28 warships, 6 submarines, 89 bases damaged, industrial capacity hit, cannot replace losses, cannot sustain current operations intensity, military degrading daily, economic collapse accelerating, domestic stability questioned, war going catastrophically wrong. America lost 739 killed, 1,586 wounded, 2 carriers mission killed, 2 cruisers sunk, 2 destroyers damaged, 1 submarine lost, significant losses. But military remains dominant, 3 carriers operational, submarine superiority maintained, air forces overwhelming, industrial capacity untouched, can sustain operations indefinitely. Political will remains strong. Public supports war after Chinese first strike killed Americans. Strategic analysis shows Chinese cannot win. Lost decisive advantage in opening strike. American retaliation devastated Chinese military. Exchange ratios heavily favor America. Chinese replacement capacity insufficient. American logistics superior. Allies support America. China isolated. Mathematics guarantee Chinese defeat if war continues conventional level. But desperation creates danger. Losing power with nuclear weapons faces terrible choices. Accept conventional defeat and domestic political collapse? Or escalate attempting to salvage situation through nuclear coercion? Chinese leadership calculates America won't risk nuclear war over Taiwan, might back down if threatened. Dangerous calculation. Assumes rational actor behavior during crisis. Wars prove rational actors become irrational under pressure. At 10 hours p.m., Chinese strategic rocket forces place nuclear missiles on heightened alert. Enhanced readiness. Message to America: we have options. American satellites detect increase. Decision required: ignore nuclear posturing or pause attempting de-escalation? Both risky. Washington chooses continued operations while opening back channel. Message to Beijing: conventional campaign continues until withdrawal. Nuclear threats change nothing. Escalation guarantees mutual destruction. Choose wisely. Simultaneous message to Moscow: Russian mediation might save Chinese leadership from miscalculation consequences. The first strike created war, cannot be undone. 739 Americans dead, 8,030 Chinese dead. Ships sunk, bases destroyed, economies collapsing. No return possible after this. Question is whether leaders choose negotiated end, accepting losses or prideful escalation, risking everything. First strike gambled on quick victory, lost that gamble. Now both sides pay price for someone's miscalculation about where red lines actually were. Turns out red lines existed, enforced with overwhelming violence. Lesson learned too late. After point of no return passed,